it's all right. Like, overrated as fuck, in my opinion. I mean, and you know what though? That's typically how the bullshit goes. You feel me?
It all keeps repeating. Every choice pulls me closer to madness. The voices, they won't stop. Which one is me?
The sun's going down. I got a sick feeling it's gonna happen again. When the moon comes out, I turn into a beast and I slaughter them. I lost my will as they tighten the chains. I'm trained to kill like a dog in a cage. Voices tell me that I'll never escape. You'll never escape. Get out of my head.
Yo, okay. So this is my setup for Crescent Wave. I went for Moonstone in Crescent Wave, which I will explain later. Throwing Crescent, which is not Beast, this is just a Hoplite. So for full Beast you would probably want Empowering Troll, Kingly Jack, and instead of Disdained Infliction I will go either Vicious or Alternating Enchantment. Okay, gear. So what do we have here? We have 3 enchanted words. You can go elemental aversion instead of it. It's fine. Like, this is just damage mitigation perk. Enchanted word. When you play 5-con, it helps you mostly against muskets and like hatchets, light attack spammers or void blades. Elemental aversion is really good also on 5-con because it helps you against muskets and fire stuff, which is your threat. I would say that elemental aversion is probably better than enchanted word in this build, but I don't want to recraft everything. Mortal power in helmet. This just helps me with empower upkeep. That's about it. It's not like this necessary perk. You can go, for example, trust conditioning instead of it. It will be fine. Or slash conditioning. But I think in this meta I would rather go trust conditioning because there's a lot of spheres. Chest, I put vital synergy in featherweight. Of course, this perk is just insane. It's for me, it's must have for most of the builds. In 5-con, it's not that crazy, but it's also good. Gloves, enchanted word, Shirking Hills Relentless Freedom, must have. It helps you escape from roots and stuff, and there's a lot of void blades, so this helps. Pants, Shirking Energy. I am Shirking Energy lover. Like, I cannot imagine playing without Shirking Energy in light. I don't know. It's just me. Kingspeed boots, of course. I would say the best boots in the game by far, even though they got nerfed like all other haste stuff. But yeah, still good. You can go either Shooting Heals on it or Mortal Energy. For me, Mortal Energy is such an underrated perk. Like this, for example, you go in the clump, you kill someone, and you have 1 free dodge almost out of it. Like this perk is crazy. I don't know why people don't play with it. Yeah, so basically you have 3 Shooting Heals, 3 enchanted words. You can drop Shooting Heals if you don't like them, and you can go conditionings instead. It will be fine. Amulet, health, Shirking power, trust protection. You can go divine instead of health. It would be also okay because it will boost your health from potions and from Shirking heals. Ring, I went for mortal empowerment slash damage and hearty. Just to get like more empower upkeep from mortal empowerment for Crescent Wave and slash damage for throwing hatchets. Because I play row gem, I don't split damage in this setup. And the stairs, Beast artifact. Like for me, there is nothing better in this meta because of the survival pot change. So basically, if you are using 1 potion, it puts another potion on 90% cooldown. So if you are using Serum, it will put a regen pot only on 90 seconds. That's why it's so strong. Otherwise, I would go probably with Ankh and full Shrieking Heals. For Ring, you can also play Arcane damage instead of slash damage, and you can go full Arcane Rune Glasses. This is just like Arboreal, like, don't look at these Rune Glasses, it's just random stuff from my other gear. So basically you can go full Arcane Rune Glasses and Arcane Damage Ring to boost your projectile damage. Okay, Crescent Wave, plus 12% base damage. This works on throwing hatchets. That's why I really like this. For me this is perfect synergy actually. Other than that, if you don't like throwing hatchet, I would probably go Rapier just for survivability. So you just spam heavy attacks and you just survive with Rapier. Fletch, evade, repost, you know. Hatchun, you can go either Stone Form, you can go Detonate, because Detonate is arcane damage, so it will get boosted by your arcane damage and arcane rune glasses in gear if you have them, and then powers that you have on Gear Right Sword and stuff. So you can go either Deto, you can go Stone Form, you can go Dark Ascent, so why not? Dark Ascent is really strong, I really like this Hatchun, actually. You can also go Cannon Blast, which also will get probably will get boosted by this 12% base damage on targets that are further away. So Cannon Blast is really nice. I would probably go Cannon Blast because it can go through the enemies. Okay, attributes. I went for 350 strength, 300 dex. You can also go 350 dex for this passive. Because like this passive, 350 strength, is basically for throwing hatchet. That's why I went for it. But if you play Greatsword main-handed, for example Rapier offhand, I will go 350 dex instead. So basically 300 dex allows us to remove CC on weapon swap. This is huge because we don't have Berserk that can do it on hatchet since we are here. I went for full throwing, full throwing hatchet setup. So we have Rend, we have Disease, and we have Root. Great sword. As I mentioned earlier, I went for Moonstone in Crescent Wave. So I am playing only with Relentless Rush, and I rely full on heavy attacks in onslaught stance. So onslaught is 15% empower. We have 10% empower on Relentless Rush, and we have 10% empower after dodge. This gives us 35% empower, just from Greatsword. We don't play any blue stance, so we are super squishy, but we have this one, which in combat gives us defensive stance, and in defensive stance we will get 25% fortify, which is really nice. Also, we can block 100% of range damage, which is huge. Like this against muskets and fire stuff, bueno. And in blue stance we are taking 15% as damage. Also, if you don't like playing light and like 5-con, being like really squishy, you can also play medium with Azot Conductors, which will give you 15% base elemental damage, and you can all split damage in Hatchet and in Crescent Wave to Arcane, then go Arcane Ring and Arcane Rune Glasses in the air.
Life ain't shit but bitches and money.
Bitch, I pull